happy Monday. Happy Monday. It is good to see everybody. Please know that there are a lot of people praying for you, and I'm not just saying that generically. Faculty and staff who are like, yeah, these are kind of the tough weeks of the semester, right, with homework. But we got you. We got you, and you are loved. I want everyone to pay really close attention to Sebastian, who is gracious to give us our wonderful announcements. Here we go.
Come play with the puppies in the Lark's Nest today from 12:30 to 3 o'clock. There will also be other fun, gratitude-filling activities to enjoy. Don't miss out. This November, join us for Wellness Wednesdays. We'll be playing board games in the basement of Herb, plus earn 3 CE points for participating. If you live on campus and haven't done so yet, please make sure to fill out the Google form for your Thanksgiving plans. And the themes for this week's basketball games are Wednesday, November 13th, wear an outfit that the basketball players would wear. It could be sweatpants, it could be a hoodie, it could be a basketball jersey. Just get creative with it. Saturday, November 16th, wear oversized clothes. Be as baggy as all get out.
Right.
All right, I've got athletic announcements for you guys this week. So looks like women's basketball defeated McPherson Reserve on Wednesday, 62-54. Brittany Cato led the way. So Brittany had 14 points, and then Anna McIntyre had 11 boards, like that. And then on Saturday, it looks like, Saturday, the women lost to Southeast Community College in a tight one, 72-61. Mariah Hall had 15 points. Yeah. And then this week they will host Bethany College on Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. and then Colby Community College on Saturday at 2 p.m. So 2 home games this week for them. Men's basketball team fell to Hutchinson and Southeast CC this week, 84-78. Christian Hammonds had 15 points in the loss. And then this week, the men host Kansas Christian College on Wednesday, with the JV men playing at 3 p.m. and the varsity men playing at 7:30 p.m. And then on Saturday, they host Redlands Community College at 6 p.m. So 2 home games, both sides, actually 3. You got the JV boys too. And then on the side of esports, we've got playoffs all of this week. So we're pretty excited for that. We've got matches. Valorant plays tonight at 8, and then you've got Valorant and Rocket League playing tomorrow night at 7:30. Wednesday, our Overwatch team actually plays so well that they get a first-round bye, so they will not be playing this week, but they'll play next Wednesday. And then Thursday, our Rocket League team has another playoff game at 7, so remember that you can get CE points by coming down and watching our games too. And that's all we got.
I am more than honored. Oh, we forgot one. Yep. Come on up.
You guys are more than welcome to stay up here.
Yep,
I forgot one.
Yep.
Jose just reminded me that I forgot one of the announcements. So on today is Michelle's birthday. Yeah. So what we want to do for sure, because Michelle puts a lot of time and effort into all these formations, into the classes that she has for you guys. She loves all of you dearly and puts a lot of effort into this. So as a token of our appreciation, why don't you join me in singing happy birthday to Michelle? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Michelle. Happy birthday to you. Thank you all.
Thank you. You guys are honoring. I'll get you back. Oh. It is with great joy that I introduce these people to you, and then I'm going to pray for them and bless them. Some of them are old friends, some of them are new friends, but they have given their lives to Jesus through what we call camp ministry. So I'm going to kind of say their names, and then they're going to have a moment to show you maybe the one picture from from what we've got on the slideshow and tell you just a little bit about their camp. So listen carefully. We're a little bit ahead of time, so feel free to. And so we're going to start here with my Hesston College graduate friend, Shanti Kaufman.
Hi. I graduated here from Hesston, and I'm from Drift Creek Camp, which is out in Oregon, if you've never been on the West Coast. It's out in Lincoln City, and there's Oregon? Camp is where I have counseled for a long time, and I also grew up going there because my parents worked there. So I am not a director. I'm just a child of a director. And Michelle also went there, and she was a counselor. So if you guys are interested to come out to Oregon, you guys can come visit my table.
I'm Olivia from Camp Minnesota. Camp Minnesota is 45 minutes sort of west of Wichita, and we focus on the intentional intersection between God, nature, others, and self. We have summer youth camps, 7 weeks of summer youth camps, and I am here looking for leadership staff. That would be our music, crafts, office, media, lifeguards, and nature leaders. Those are stipend-paid positions and are summer-long. We're also looking for weekly volunteers for counseling, maintenance, and kitchen. I'll be in the Malark's Nest as well, as we all will be.
I'm Wayne Faber with Little Eden Camp. That's a picture, that's right. That's a picture of our summer staff at Lake Michigan, which is 2 miles from camp on one of our staff outings. But we do 2 weeks of kids camp. We're mainly focused on family camp. So we look for cabin leaders, but also people that will help in the kitchen or general staff, maintenance, housekeeping, things like that. They're all paid positions, plus we give scholarships to those that are there for the summer. So you can do really well, and it's a great place to hang out for the summer and a fun place to work.
My name is Colton Eby. I am here representing Amigo Center. I'm the youth program director here. And we are located in southern Michigan, south central Michigan, so just north of Indiana. We are also, once again, looking for counselors, and those are stipend positions. We run 6 weeks of summer camp, and it's an absolute blast. So I actually just finished, I started on summer staff first, and then have been moved to full-time staff. And I just finished my 10th summer at Amigo, which is awesome. So, yeah, woo! If you are interested in coming out a little bit more eastward, come and talk to me.
Top or, well, bottom of the morning to you. My name is Corbin, all the way from Rocky Mountain Mennonite Camp. We're just a few miles west of you, west of Colorado Springs. Anyway, we are happy to have 4 weeks of youth camps, and then we also offer 6 weeks of wilderness camps. So the youth camps are in camp. The wilderness camps, you're out in the wilderness, maybe 2 days at main camp. But anyway, so that's a bit of the excursion. And then we also offer 2 family camps as well. So anyway, needing help from good folks like yourself to come and join us in serving those people. But we're a place of retreat, community, and God's creation. And so for retreat, we get to provide that retreat to others, but then we get to enjoy the retreat ourselves at our location. In terms of community, we definitely get to build community with the campers and the guests that come, and then obviously as a community of staff. And then, of course, God's creation speaks for itself. We're from a variety of places that the good Lord makes some cool stuff, lots of different places that we get to enjoy. Anyway, we hope you'll consider a summer opportunity. Life is short. Take advantage of these moments before maybe marriage or kids or working the rest of your days. Anyway, thanks.
Hey, I'm Ben Smith. I'm with Camp David, and we're right across the highway here. Here in Hesston, and we run a summer camp program for kids that have a parent in prison and foster kids. And so we're working with, kids with behavioral issues, emotional issues, really stuck. One of my favorite things at camp is watching a kid come to camp the first day of camp, and he kind of like this, and he doesn't want to do anything. And then the last day of camp, they're got their hands in the air, they're praising God and dancing, and they go from a place of God never did anything for me, so what do I care about God, to can I have a relationship with God? And that's what we're about. And if you'd like to be part of that, I'd love to talk to you.
Here, before I pray for them, let's just see what happens. How many of you have ever been counselor at a camp? Please stand. Let's just see. Yeah? Yeah, look at these people. Oh, look, this is awesome. How many of you have ever gone to camp as a camper? Stand up. Stand up. Ah, yeah. How many of you ever worked in the kitchen or done a specialty thing like music? No, keep standing. Keep standing. Have you done some other kind of job at camp? Yeah, look at, this is an important ministry. Now, just like we bless, you all didn't know we were going to do this. Just like we bless our basketball teams, I'm going to ask those who are standing, you don't have to, but you can, and anybody else who wants to come, put their hands on the shoulders of these directors, and we're going to pray for these people, and then we're going to listen to Colton. Come on in. They're going to come. Is that okay? Put their hands on your shoulders. Yep. Woohoo! Come on down. This is awesome. I, too, was a camper and a camp counselor. This is important and good stuff. Yep. Put your hands on their shoulders or on the shoulders of somebody close to them. Oh, this is awesome. Yep. All right, let's all pray together. Dear Lord, you love us so much, and one of the best ways that you love us is through camp ministry. You have blessed us with beautiful, wonderful nature. And in that nature, we can come and spend a week where we heal our relationship with you, our relationship with others, our relationship with our inner selves, and our relationship with nature, your creation. I ask that you bless these directors so much. Give them wisdom and strength and love for their staff and their campers. And I ask you to bless the students who are up here with them. Bless us all that we may be a blessing to others. Thank you, Lord. And we pray in your name. Amen. All right, give him a big hand. Colton's going to stay up here. Let me, and thank you guys for listening. You know what? If you're like, wow, I'm not sure what I want to do this summer. Oh, this earns you a little money, but it's a lot of fun. So I really encourage you to talk to them about an opportunity of working with one of these camps. Poor Colton had me when I don't know, I think I'm a better teacher now than I used to be, because you don't know what you're doing the first couple years or the 10th year. But anyway, Colton is a Hesston College grad, a Bible ministry major, and he has taken all that wonderful stuff and does incredible ministry. So I ask you give him your full attention, and thank you, Colton, for speaking to us.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So, I am a Hesston grad. I graduated in 2016. I've been here many times, and it's always good to be back. Throughout my life, right, music has been really important to me. It has been something that I have always put value in, even though I went to a school and a small town that put almost no emphasis into music. My high school class, my graduating class in a public school was 44, and when I graduated, the choir was, I think, 12 people. So even though I didn't have a lot of deep involvement in music, I was always seeking it out. I was always going to thrift stores and just scouring the CDs and collecting music and seeing what new music that I could find. I actually joined a choir for the first time here at Hesston, started teaching myself guitar here at Hesston. Did that have to do with maybe the fact that the person I was dating that I'm now married to was really engaged in the music? Yes, that is quite possible. That was really the start of my joining into music. Now, at this point, at Amigo, I am almost always up front playing guitar during our summer camps, singing / yelling, having a blast. I have always found music just to be fascinating as a whole, because the fact that these just little vibrations of air and strings or wood or metal or even electrical signals can create something beautiful, something that draws out feelings and emotions within us. The fact that these vibrations, if they align just in a certain way, can create feelings of joy. They can sound good, they can sound bad, they can sound sorrowful, they can sound suspenseful, they can energize, they can sound crunchy, but like in a good way, right? This year, I've been listening to my Discover Weekly on Spotify faithfully every week, partially just because I want to see new artists and partially because I want to see how many artists I can have listened to by the end of the year in Spotify Wrapped. But it's been fun listening to new artists and discovering new artists, hearing new songs that can transcend like borders and time and everything. Music is a part of us, and I think that is why that we really connect with the Psalms in the Bible. These musical pieces that were composed thousands of years ago, right, that still have connection to us. This year, 2024 it's been a rough year for myself and some of my friends due to some absolutely wild circumstances that I do not need to go into. But because of that, I found, through listening to my Spotify Discover Weekly, I found a band called The Arcadian Wild. They're kind of a folky band that I really, really enjoy. And I really connected with one of their older songs this year, called Rain Clouds. And so real quick, here's just the first couple lines of that song. I'm being followed by the rain clouds. My clothes are soaking up the pain that keeps pouring down. Too much more, and I may drown. I'm being followed by the night sky. It stole away my sight. It seems I have lost my way. I need someone to be my guide. So, man, like that always hits me really hard. And so I also connect with psalms of sorrow, psalms of disorientation as well. Psalms like Psalm 69, save me, O God, for the waters have come up to my neck. I sink in the miry depths where there is no foothold. I come into the deep waters. The floods engulf me. I am worn out, calling for help. My throat is parched. My eyes fail, looking for my God. And then as we go, right, life is not stagnant. We don't live in these places of sorrow. And neither did the psalmist. I think of psalms of this new orientation, the psalms of joy that come afterwards, right? Psalm 40 was actually our theme verse for this past summer and at Amigo, and it says, I waited patiently for the Lord. He turned to me and heard my cry. He lifted me out of the slimy pit, out of the mud and the mire. He set my feet on a rock and gave me a firm place to stand. He put a new song in my mouth, a hymn of praise to our God. Many will see and fear the Lord and put their trust in him. What I find fascinating is the songs that we connect to are not just the music and not just the lyrics of modern songs and not just the lyrics. We obviously don't have the music of the Psalms, how I wish we did, but the lyrics of these Psalms. We connect to so much more than that. As I've gotten older, I've gotten into traditional old people things like bird watching. I love it. It's so fun. I'm sure that I annoy my wife and all my friends when we're like walking through the woods and I'm like, okay, shh, everyone, be quiet. And I pull out my phone and get on Merlin Bird ID and I'm like, listen, no, I'm listening to this bird. I need to know what it is, right? I'm sure that I annoy people doing that, but I have a blast. It is so much fun. I love learning all the different types of birds in the area. Working at camp has made me realize that music isn't just instrumentation. It is not just vocalization. It is so much more than that. God's very creation is music. Obviously, think of birds and cicadas and crickets when we think of songs of creation. But I argue that it all is. Not just the birds, not just the bugs, not just the animals, but also the wind rustling through the leaves, through the grasses. The barking of dogs, the howling of coyotes, the gentle splashing of waves on a beach, or the rushing of water down a creek or a stream. At Amigo, we have a homeschool program. I love it. I teach in that as well, in addition to working with summer camp. And we meet once a month for 7 months, from September until April. And one of our main priorities that we've started doing with this is what we call Sit Spot. And it is exactly what it sounds like. Right away, when we start classes, we go out into the woods. All of the students find a spot, myself included, find a spot, and we just sit there. We just sit there and we observe. We use our senses, not so much taste, but the rest of our senses we're using to see and listen and touch what is around us. It is one of my favorite things. We start out each year at about 10 minutes, right? And these kids are from kindergarten age up until 8th grade, and we start with 10 minutes of sitting and just observing. And they're able to handle that. So as we go throughout the year, we increase that time, and we end up at about 17 to 20 minutes for our sit spot time. They take time to write down and draw all the different things that they see and hear and observe. I love hearing the sandhill cranes sound like dinosaurs out in our marsh. I love hearing the orioles in late spring and early summer. The warblers that come and go throughout the year, the chickadees that are around all year long. I love hearing the rustling of the leaves as the wind blows through them. The laughter of campers, students, and staff. I love listening to the songs of creation as it gets quieter in the evenings. I love hearing the crickets. I love hearing the owls that we have at camp, and the 3 different kinds of owls that you'll hear at different times of the year. I love calling them in so they're flying and sitting just overhead. I love taking time to observe and see and experience the songs of creation around me. I've realized how much my ears also affect my eyes as well. Taking time to be quiet opens my eyes to new things that I have not noticed about God's creation before. I love, as I walk down our paths, our gravel trails, seeing what cool rocks are along the way, as I listen to the crunch of my feet over the rocks as well as the birds. It's amazing how much joy there is to be found in these little things of creation. I would encourage everyone to try this out. I know that to some extent you do this if you take a faith and discipleship class with spiritual disciplines, but taking time to just listen, to just notice what you can about God's creation. Maybe you incorporate music into it. Maybe you start with a song or end with a song. Maybe you bring an instrument along with you. But just taking time to hear the songs of creation. Thank you.
Thank you, Colton. Yeah, believe it or not, that prayer retreat you're talking about at Camp David, I'm making all these connections. 14 students and I are going to be there this weekend. And we might have to do it at Sit and Stop, or what? Sit Spot. Yeah, we might have to do that. Who knows what we're going to do. We have just a couple minutes for 1 or 2 questions. I'm going to stay at the podium. I might ask, we'll have somebody run a microphone up to, does anybody have questions for any of these directors? Like, questions like, what is it like to be a counselor? What's a typical, should I start with that question? Would you like to know the typical day for a counselor? Okay, yeah, you would. Yeah, you would. Which one of my directors wants to do this? Answer it.
Thank you.
Yep.
Big brothers, big sisters, two siblings. So that's a piece of it. You get to be a caregiver to be with and to enjoy the day's activities. So it's waking up in the mornings. Hey, everybody, we're going to get ready for breakfast. And so you're just kind of being that caregiver all throughout the day. Whatever the activities are, many good questions, or maybe being a recipient of many good experiences. Hey, Lily, I went all the way to Old Baldy this morning and had a great time. And you just kind of smile because you're going to get more of those, but just the excitement they have in sharing that experience with you as a staffer is a highlight. And then, of course, getting to worship together. You're just living our day. And so the other piece I highlight is don't worry about being the 8 hours that you show your best self, because we're together 24/7 all week long. And so it's the ultimate in transparency. You get to show who you are and who we are together, and we get to live through those experiences. And so whether it's eating, activities, worship, all that good stuff, you're that mentor, you're that hero, or you're that person to look up to.
Thank you, Corbin. Yep. That's what we got. Let me give you a little foretaste of Friday. Friday, we're going to do safe seats. Sophomores, you know what this is, right? We're going to kind of do some different things, but we are going to do safe seats, so you need to come. This will be a real interactive, crazy, wild thing. I want to again encourage you to visit with any or all of these people who will be in the Lark's Nest and consider camp ministry. It's also true that a certain system of ours, that little where you plug in the letters and numbers, that system is not working today. So the Google form that we're going to be putting up will be just simply that, a Google form. And Abby, you sent that you put it on the slideshow, right? It is on the slideshow. Thank you for listening. I will see you on Friday. Oh. Thank you, guys. I should hip hop in this. Yeah.